good behavior after you go along.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I've got 5 o'clock. This is the Attica City Board of Works and Safety. Call the meeting to order. Would the clerk please call roll?
Mr. Gaylor, Mr. Smart,
Present.
Mayor Grant,
Present.
Attorney Bars,
Present.
Mayor.
Andy, if you had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting, that would be 5/19 of 26.
Yes, and I make a motion we approve.
I looked them over and I approve as well. All in favor?
Aye.
Citizens petitions. We have one that was given to us for a water bill that was high. It looks like perhaps they have a leak. So go ahead.
She's just requesting, she's on disconnect, which is the 10th, and she's requesting an extension to pay the disconnect balance on June 19th.
And she's, before she's always kind of stayed on pace.
She's always paid when she
Okay,
said she was
yeah,
gonna pay.
that's great.
Yes.
Yeah, I make a motion we approve that.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye. Might have another citizen's petition.
Okay,
It's Nicole.
okay. Department heads, Mr. Swank.
Same old, locating, water leak repair, and brush. So everything we're up to right at the moment.
I took a little tour over the weekend. It looks like there's an inordinate amount of brush out there. So appreciate you guys getting on that. I've had some people ask if we could do it more often, but I think with the workload that we have right now, with locates and things for the gas company and all that work, we're probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're probably lucky to get done what we're doing.
Yes.
That's crazy. All the locates.
I mean, I hate that. I wish we had 10 more people that we could send out to do that. And I would guess that if you have extra people that don't have anything to do at some afternoon or something, they could go out and try to get ahead of it. But
Where's this at, Eric?
Everywhere.
Oh, just everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of limbs now.
Everybody's brush, we start doing it once a month. And
Got it.
this time of year, it gets pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, everybody doing their cleanups.
Take a couple of guys, working the whole week and lose 2 guys off your crew. I can just have them kind of all gang up on it over about a week period.
Okay.
And I have reminded people that, where the pile's at, they can take them down there or have somebody take them down there for them if they can't do it. I know that's not as convenient, but we gotta move through.
Do they ever hire summer kids anymore?
Yeah, we've got 2 weeks.
Oh, do you?
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, something, we need to talk about. It'd be nice to have another week.
Yeah, especially with all the locates and stuff.
Well, for cemetery with the
Right.
issue, it's kind of going on for
Yeah.
an issue out there, so that would help. I'm gonna have an employee that's going to be in and out, not pretty much working on a daily basis. So I'm having to put Godfrey on the mower
Mm-hmm.
and mow, so I don't know, maybe something the board's talked about, additional summer helper out at the cemetery, kind of get us by through this rough period.
And I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, we got to do what we got to do to keep up. So
Yes,
is that it, Eric?
that is it.
Well, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Chief Little is not present tonight. Chief Miller is here. Chief, do you have anything for us?
Just a couple updates. The 3 cars that we purchased in 2025 are outfitted and they're all 3 on the road. We do have an order in for our last remaining, to update our fleet with our last remaining car. Hopefully it'll be in the next month or two. The equipment's already been ordered for it. That will put our fleet 21 or 22 or newer. So that's a great thing. Our budget's been getting hit pretty hard from vehicle maintenance on some old pieces of equipment that we've had. So to move those to the reserve line or get them gone is gonna help quite a bit between fuel pumps and radiators and fuel leaks and fans. It's been pretty rough on the budget through the first 2 quarters. Ordinances, as the mayor and I stay in contact, are in complete and full swing. We had 9 in for court last month. We're trying to gain compliance. Many of those, as I checked on them last week, are just have a few minor things to clean up, and they'll be in compliance. We also handed out 9 new notices of violation last week. So we'll be checking on those properties this week to see if we're gaining compliance. If not, we'll see them at our July court date as well. So.
And I really appreciate that. I know it's never any battle, but it's a battle we have
It's-
to try to
it's
win,
just-
you know what I mean?
It's a big rock and you
Yeah.
just chip away at it.
Exactly. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Did we ever finish getting that property cleaned up by the park?
We got the cars out. Eric and I have discussed it a few times. It's allowing for workload to get TK in here with cans to get the equipment up there to get it cleaned up.
And there was another one across from Rosemary Layton there. That's Pike and McDonald. They got the boat and a bunch of cars. Is that being, okay, you addressed it. Thank you.
Well, we've got another citywide cleanup scheduled for July 10th and 11th. So if nothing else,
Pushing towards that date.
instead of, we can push people towards that. And if we don't have totes to haul that stuff, maybe we throw some of that stuff in a truck, take it down there and get rid of it.
Mr. Smart, it's a lot about just putting pressure on them
Yes,
to gain compliance from them, which takes a lot of times repetitive
absolutely.
interactions with them. Just the cost that's occurred with us having to go into clean up the properties known, and then trying to recoup the taxpayer dollars back into our budget stuff. So we just keep chipping away and
Yeah.
hope to gain compliance.
Appreciate it.
Anything else, Chief? Okay, don't have anything from HWC tonight. Unsafe building orders. We'll go ahead and turn it over to Attorney Bars.
Alrighty, we have 3. We'll start with 210, 212, and 208 South Perry. I think, Brian, are you here for that on behalf of WEGA? I am sure you guys saw, but the WEGA closed on that last week, early this week. And so WEGA now owns it. I guess the plan is to inspect and repair as needed. Was from what it was last time. Do you know, like timeline-wise, that you could relay to the Board of Works, I guess, what WEGA's thinking in terms of when they're going to hit benchmarks or when they're going to have people start looking at it?
I would have no idea of timelines on repair. I can tell you what we've done so far.
Sure.
That helps. The day we closed, we walked the building with the building inspector. So he can tell you some things about the building. I have had contractors look at the issues he was concerned about, and I don't necessarily think those are big concerns. We did find another concern that bothered me. I got some pictures. We have a structural engineer scheduled out 2 p.m. What's the date? June 8th at 2 p.m. Don't hold me to that date. I'm pretty sure it's right. So we have Jeremy Duff from KJG coming. We've used him a lot. I use him in real estate really good. So he's going to come down and do an inspection and then give us a plan on what we need to do. So that's the main thing. We've ordered a fence. I want to get some approval for that. Short time stamp tomorrow morning. I know that's kind of short notice, but yeah. So we're going to fence it off. We have an engineer coming. building inspectors checked it. You know, our plan is still, well, my plan, I can't speak for the entire board, but would be to save the buildings. I think they're very savable. But, I mean, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, but once they're done, they'll be good buildings. They'll be very usable buildings.
Brian and I talked earlier, and my blanket statement for fencing barriers is always err on the side of safety. And if you think somebody might get in there, or if somebody be walking by and something would happen, let's err on the side of safety. So I'd be
I have
for
a
putting up
map
the
of the
fence.
fence, if you guys want to see it. It's basically, we'll start there at the Wiga building, go all the way across the front of the buildings, go down the alley on the side, and go across the back. There'll be a gate in the back and in the front.
It won't block the city sidewalk, will it?
Yeah, we want to
Completely,
we'll want to
completely.
completely block that sidewalk. Let me show you. Andy. Here's one reason why. Is this piece right here.
I don't think you could safely walk down that
Maybe not.
sidewalk.
After I saw this, I won't walk down it. I won't say that. So you're looking right here in between the buildings, this piece right here. If you notice, that's overhanging and no one sees any tiebacks there. So in other words, the only thing holding that
Pretty
is
loose.
mortar.
Jeez. Those are
Would you
pretty,
agree, Eric?
those are pretty heavy.
Mortar and gravity.
Yep.
So
Okay, yeah, that's dangerous.
we've blocked that off. I just think it needs fenced off all the way around.
Mhm.
If you fence off the front of the building, it doesn't really, if something were to fall off, I
Doesn't
don't-
protect
it
anybody.
doesn't protect anybody.
Right. Eric, was there anything when you inspected, did you go inside?
Yes.
Was there anything that really worried you, or,
Yeah, there's several things that worry me.
I mean, structurally, I mean, we don't see any
I think
trash.
we leave that up to the structural
Okay,
I will say the side that has the cracks by the chimney, that I thought would be a big factor in how this all played out on the interior, was not as bad as what I anticipated. My opinion, I know he had somebody look at it, they were worried about it.
okay,
What I'm most worried about is the surface above the glass, then to where the brick starts. There's basically an I-beam, it's like a lintel, and it has popped out the front of the building, probably 3/4 of an inch to an inch. But
okay, yep.
the first person he had to look at it said that it has tie-back structure in there. I just knew that there's been movement there.
That plate is a
Yeah.
tie back that holds it in place.
Okay.
And then it also has, if you look in that building, you probably remember them from when you were a
Mhm.
kid. It's got two big steel beams going up, and that's supporting this I-beam.
Okay,
So he felt, now we'll see what the structural engineer says. But the
Okay.
mason I had look at it, said that thing's not going anywhere, short of
Okay.
a hurricane.
okay, good,
So-
good.
I'm sorry, short of an earthquake.
Yeah,
Will
I just
we-
got done on hurricane straps.
So would we know by a month from now, the second meeting of next month,
okay.
whether or not, would we have a report from the engineer by then?
I believe Jeremy said he could get us a report in June.
Okay.
So you don't think a fence needs to go on the back side of this other building?
Well, we already have this fenced.
Well, that's already fenced, but what about back here?
It's not fenced in the back.
Should we take that fence on over? Or do you think it's not necessary?
I think there's an awful lot of activity back there, and those guys pull in with pretty big trucks.
Okay.
There's a lot, you're gonna start seeing, well, not as much activity as I wanna see, but they were there today. There was 4 trucks in there today.
Okay, that's fine, because they're working on that building up there.
Basically, what I'm gonna have, there's a telephone pole right here. I'm gonna have them take it right up to the telephone pole, and there'll be a small gap right there. And there's lots of vegetation there.
Okay,
I'm gonna work, we get a little deeper in this, I'm gonna work on getting some of that vegetation out too, because you
Okay.
can't get to the backside of the building. It's covered in
Okay.
vines and poison ivy and trees and.
as long as this, my big thing, as long as this doesn't look like it's gonna collapse right away, that was my big fear, somebody being on the sidewalk.
That's what I said, we gotta err on the side of
The
safety.
the mason that's doing all the work at 111 Main told me, and he's a pretty seasoned guy.
Yeah.
I like him real well. He said, short of an earthquake,
Okay,
nothing on that building's
Okay.
There is I did notice the last couple of days there's a loose window, so we'll work to get that. It's kind of slid down.
And then obviously
So,
that overhang with the first picture you showed me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's gonna
have,
get dressed pretty quick.
I'll probably wait for the structural engineer, but my plan is we're gonna have a man lift working on 111 Main
Okay.
and this mason I'm talking about. So I think we'll just get him in there real quick. That maybe even happen in June. Get
Okay.
him over there to cut that off and pull it out.
Okay.
And while we have the man lift there, get rid of that window, board it up or do something with it.
Okay.
Those were my, now don't get me wrong, there's a section of building I wouldn't want to walk in. It's not safe for, and that'll cause a problem down the road. But as far as a public safety standpoint, something falling off, hurting somebody, the building collapsing, I think we'll have to see what the engineer says. But
Okay.
I think,
So our next UBO meeting is July the 7th.
Maybe we can report something back then, or
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll come back each month. I'll give you updates. I'll give you reports. I'll keep you in the loop. I do have one question though. So to remove the unsafe building order,
Mhm.
okay, and I realize you're gonna need some information on that. What does it take for us to get, because that unsafe building order is gonna cause us problems. It already has caused us problems as far as making progress on the building. Problems with insurance and some things like that. What does it take to have this order removed?
I think, and I'm
Mhm.
not the expert here, but I think that we need to hear from that structural engineer to say it's safe before it's not, before it's not.
What can you, and I agree to that, but that's a little vague. What do you mean by safe? Is it public safety? Is it
Yeah,
public
I mean-
walking and
I think
talking?
ultimately it's public safeties are number one.
Yes, absolutely. And we, we're putting a fence around it for a reason.
Right.
So it tells me it's unsafe.
Right.
So if the structural engineer comes back and says, I don't see a reason why you need that fence around here, this building is not not imminently going to fall down, then we could consider something else. But
So safety from the standpoint of the public safety on the outside.
Yes.
Correct.
Not,
yes,
because we've got a collapsed floor in there that is a serious safety concern that we're gonna have to figure out. I don't have the answer for that yet. But that's not public
I mean-
safety. That's locked off, and to be dealt with engineers.
Right. And I would add to that, I would want Eric to come to us and say, I feel like, it's safe enough to where we can deem it one way or another. I know you're not an engineer, but I mean, yeah, exactly.
And that's
But
what I'm
I want to make sure like that block is not really on there very well. The first picture you showed me, I would, feel a lot better if that would get
Yeah,
obviously
that I don't-
addressed.
That I immediately when I saw that, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And Eric didn't like it.
Yeah.
And the Mason didn't like it.
So, Brian, have you seen the unsafe building order that was being sent to the Enkles yet? Have you seen a copy of that?
I have seen a copy and like many things, Ingrid, I have glanced through it.
Right. So-
Perhaps not read it completely.
So there were 8 things that we had asked you to address, and some of these I realized would come like after you have the mason and the engineer and everything like that. But it was
Okay.
address the crack at the top of the structure, which it sounds
Okay.
like you've looked at. The brick and mortar on the face of the building, which sounds like is planned. Repair the windows, repair the lintels, and I think that sounds like it's number 1. Repair and replace guttering, secure the hole at the front of the building that allows access to the stairs. I would say that would definitely need to be addressed.
Where's that hole at? Because I can't even get to the stairway right now.
It's in between, it's right there at the edge of the Weeka building and then where Necessities building starts.
There's a hole there.
There's a big open hole that's right there, like where you see the
Okay.
facade at the bottom.
Oh, is it down below?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Repair, replace the wood surrounding the glass front door, and contact Eric to arrange entry to a building. So we did that. But I think the big ones are making it safe so that nobody gets squished walking down the sidewalk, and then nobody can access the building if it is safe
Yes.
on the inside.
Yes.
And if you can do at a minimum those 2, then I would think the Board of Works, after the engineer and after Eric signs off on it, would be okay releasing it.
So I should use that list in that original. Okay. that's
Yep.
what I thought.
And I'll make sure you get a copy of that
I've
with
got
the,
it.
okay.
I've got a copy.
But that's kind of the tick
Probably
list.
wasn't paying attention to it, so.
That's the
yeah,
tick
that's
list.
helpful. Okay. Anything else?
Nope,
Nothing
not on
for
those
you.
two.
Thank you. Appreciate you showing up.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
No problem.
All right. And then last one is Miss Townsend, and you're here. Hello. So just as a reminder, we had this one in November of last year. You were given 7 months to tear down the structure on the property. Can you give us an update on that tear down?
Can you give me the property address and name so I can use that?
It was the old Attica cleaners.
It's 1104 South Perry and Monique Townsend. Is that right still? Yes.
Thank
We just
you.
filed, last week for the demolition permit. And that's in, and we haven't got the call back to pay the fee or whatever for that yet. So we're just asking for a little bit more time. Also, another question that we had when they came to look, the company that's gonna tear it down, when they came to look at it, 3 of the structure walls are cement.
Can you hang on just a second?
Hang on.
Hey, are you listening to this, Eric?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
watching her
I
right
want to
now.
make sure you're on the loop
Yep.
on here instead of,
I'm watching
okay,
her right now as she speaks.
Okay,
I know
thank-
this is going on, but I'm focused.
sorry,
Yep.
okay, I apologize. I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
That's okay, sorry. 3 of the structure walls, like the one that's on Perry and then the 2 side walls, I guess, are made out of cement. And they said that those could be saved, and that's on like a cement foundation slab there. So I'm guessing that's the original building. There's 3 walls, and then they made like wood walls or whatever for the back, the housing part of it. We're wondering if, when we tear it down, if we can tear down everything except those 3 walls, and then eventually, not at the same time, but eventually to come, wall it back in and roof it back off. So it would be a building in the end, but right now the unsafe building, we've got to get it tore down. And so we, like I said, we have paperwork in and we just need a little bit more time for that if we could.
Eric, do you have an opinion on that?
I do.
I think I understand what she's saying.
Yeah. I know when we put this on an unsafe building order, it was meant to basically be demolished.
Right.
It's went through a couple different owners, and now they are the current owner. We all know it was the old laundromat. It's the water has shed inside the building pretty frequently. There's a lot of rot deterioration. My issue would be is if you let them tear down part of it right there by the ball diamond,
Right.
having a block wall exposed that may not be structurally sound, it could fall in on a kid.
Or they could climb on it or whatever. Yeah.
At a minimum, what, in my opinion, if they plan on building something there, maybe allow, if the board decides it, maybe allow them to save the slab. But I wouldn't feel necessarily comfortable leaving walls standing.
And it wouldn't be real insightful being right by it all the time.
Yeah.
And I could evaluate it once the wood structure's off of there. I mean, if you guys want me to take a look at it and see, hey, is there a way they can save it? But I think if they're allowed to save it, I think we kick something down the road another 3 or 4 years before something happens there. That whole time you've had the cinder block
It's gonna sit there.
open, course,
Yeah.
exposed to the weather and the elements. And
I just,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't have a good feeling about leaving the sidewalls, to be honest with you. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem leaving the slab there to rebuild on. But and if you were going to immediately use those sidewalls and put a new roof on it and go back, it might be different. But if there's any time at all there where those walls are standing, that worries me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I concur. First is public safety, but second is how does it look to our community? And then you got kids really close, and if they would get on there and they could get hurt or whatever.
Well, that looks a lot better than it has these past.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
3 nice and
So,
clean,
And we're trying to work with you.
Yeah, and it's nothing personal. I think it would be best if it was torn down completely, but that's my opinion.
I think I'd rather see it go, and you can leave the slab for now so you can rebuild on it. I wouldn't see a problem with that, but I don't have a good feeling about leaving the sidewalls up.
But, and this might be the time if you might want that slab out there because what do you put next? It might be in your way. So it might be cheaper just to remove it all.
Is there a way that you could fence it in? I don't know anything about this, but I kind of heard that one guy was here and was talking about fencing in like that one property since it was unsafe. Would it maybe work if we got like, the construction type of fencing and fenced off?
It would for a very
Yeah.
short period of time,
Doesn't change.
For like a week or two kind of thing. is what
But-
they're thinking.
Oh,
That's not a 2 or 3 year or however long
Right.
we're thinking here. That's not a long-term solution.
Right.
So would you have an update for us in a month if they extended it a month?
no, if I could go, I'm thinking to like November or December. The company that I was originally gonna go with, I mean, I might still go with them, but they're charging a little bit more than I wanted to pay, so I was gonna ask somebody else if they could do it. They have the equipment for it, but they're farmers. So I'm trying to get past, they gotta do their farm, and I don't wanna interfere with that, and then I was gonna ask them once this farming season's up, that they just knock it down. If I don't go with the other company.
It's a long time. I mean,
It's already been 7 months.
yeah, they're gonna be, I mean, if they got their crops in, they're gonna have a few months now. But then come October, November, they're gonna be back in the fields again for harvest, if you're dealing with a farmer.
It'd be nice to get it done this summer.
Yeah, no, that's the plan, to get it done this summer.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Because then the weather will be
I don't know
bad and
if
then, they come
You-
back and
yeah,
the
you
ground's
get into
frozen.
November, they're gonna be in harvest, and they could be in harvest until,
Right.
cold weather, till snow hits.
Hey, Eric, have you reviewed the demolition permit? Because it's only valid for a certain,
I have, and it's been approved and it's up front.
so it's valid for how long? 90,
60
60 days?
60 days,
No.
yes.
So the permit has been approved, but you're gonna have to demolish it within that period of time. It's not,
Okay,
and you can come into the clerk's office and pay to
Okay,
get that.
so then the month we were talking about, can we at least push that back to 60 days for
Yeah.
the period of the permit?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay?
You got 60 days, we should tear it down. So that gives you 2 months.
Okay.
That'll work for you?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm good at
All
that.
right, well, thank you.
Thanks.
So we'll have you back August 4th
Okay,
and you'll get a letter.
okay, yeah. And can I stop up there and pay that? They're closed, aren't they?
Yep, they're closed.
So I need to come tomorrow and
So
take.
tomorrow, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Nicole.
Yes,
Thank
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you working with us.
Yep, thank you guys. Have a good day. Well, good
You
night now.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move on. You're done?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, Mayor, I'm done.
We'll go ahead and move on to utility credits.
Everything look good, Mr. Swank?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We approve utility credits.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
All right.
And you don't need anything from me on that, do you? Okay. Payroll.
Everything look to be correct? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'll make a motion. We approve payroll.
I'll second. All in favor?
All right.
Pen's quitting on me.
You borrow mine?
Yeah, I will. That's okay. Thank you. And we don't have disconnects. Yes, we do.
We do. Looks a little bit different. I printed them and they're portrait instead of landscape, but same thing.
Okay. And
It is what it is.
again, there's a lot more hopefully than we'll actually be shutting off. I've got
Right.
11 pages of disconnects.
I'll make a motion. We approve disconnects.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
You don't need a signature on that.
Just figured I just looked that over. That's like, yeah.
Claims?
Thank you.
That was stuck home with me.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Have you had a chance to look at claims?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve claims.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a copy of it?
Yeah, somewhere. You should lost it,
Hey, it's supposed to go.
look under your folder.
Maybe you didn't give me one. I thought I looked at it earlier though.
You already signed it. One.
Oh, I signed it instead of signing the
Yeah.
payroll one.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I knew I looked at it. Thank you. Okay, I don't have anything else. Miscellaneous business. The next meeting will be held June 16th, 26th at 5 p.m. Anything else?
I don't have anything else. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
A motion? I'll second. All in favor?
Aye. Okay, I gotta catch a hold here.